Hello, 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 everyone. How are you all today on this beautiful Monday or Sunday for some? And I hope you've had a great start to the week. So, how to fast track your desires? How can you fast track your success, your outcomes, your goals, your desires? And I get asked this a lot. Hey, hello. I get asked this so much. How do I have the success that I have in my business? How have I kept it going for this long? How have I got such an amazing, loving, deep, respectful, happy, fun, loving marriage? How have I been married that long? How have I got the body and transformed my body into the way that I want? I get asked this sort of thing all the time. And there's one answer for all of those things. So no matter what it is that you are wanting for your desired success or outcome, the same answer it is. And that is a willingness to be uncomfortable. And it might not be what you want to hear, but this is the big truth. This is the number one thing that most people on the planet are avoiding like the plague. No one wants to be uncomfortable, right? No one. Everyone's looking for comfort. Even when we're looking towards leadership, teachers, anything, relationships, we're always looking towards people that make us feel comfortable and they don't trigger us and they don't poke at our beliefs or anything. We want to feel all wrapped up like a nice little baby and content and safe and cozy and comfortable. And there's nothing wrong with feeling comfortable. It's an amazing feeling, right? But if you are not willing to get uncomfortable, then all you're going to do is, and I see this pattern happening all the time, is you will work really hard towards your goal or your success or your outcome, whatever it is, and then you're nearly there and it starts to feel friggin' hard. It starts to feel uncomfortable. It starts to feel really yucky sometimes. And so what's the first thing you do? You go, oh, this mustn't be the right path. No. It's not the right path. I need to change the path. I need to make a better choice or another decision. And sometimes, that can be true, right? But a lot of the times it's that old saboteur coming in, telling you that it's wrong because it's starting to feel uncomfortable and hard and it wants us to go back into the same pattern. So then we go back into the cycle again. And we do the same thing. We work towards something on a different pathway. We do all these new fandangled things, whatever the hell we're doing, new processes, new courses, new whatever. And then we get to that friggin' point again and the same thing happens. Can you see the pattern here in your life? It might be with relationships, with dieting, right? With lifestyle changes, with money, career. It's the same thing. You have to be willing to get uncomfortable. I'm friggin' uncomfortable every day of my life, but yet I have a wonderful life, but I'm uncomfortable. There are many things I'm uncomfortable doing, right? It's not always comfortable showing up online and talking to people. And if we look at things even in a relationship, in order to have a long-lasting, really deep, happy relationship, sometimes you've got to be willing to have uncomfortable conversations. You've got to be willing to be vulnerable and uncomfortable in saying and speaking up, in saying what you want, in saying who you are. Maybe your opinions have changed. Or, even with what you eat, how you dress, you might feel uncomfortable around, oh, but everyone will think this or think that about me. It's like, and I just said to one of my clients before, you're going to find true happiness and success when A, you're willing to be uncomfortable, but secondly, you realize that no one and nothing has any power over you whatsoever. Because a lot of the reasons we're not willing to get uncomfortable and do the things that we need to do, because we're so worried about what everyone else is going to think. We become paralyzed. And so we look for comfort. We look for people who are thinking the same as us and doing the same things as us to keep ourselves safe and comfortable. And as soon as someone's saying something different that we don't agree with, we just want to run the other way because it triggers us massively. We're not willing to get uncomfortable. Okay? Give me some hearts if you're on the replay or you're live that you are resonating with this, that you can see a pattern here that you have probably had in your lifetime as well, where you weren't really willing to get vulnerable, to get uncomfortable, to have uncomfortable conversations, right? To do things that might feel a little bit uncomfortable. Even when I went vegan 7 years ago, over 7 years ago now. And that was uncomfortable. I had uncomfortable conversations with people. I felt uncomfortable at first. I didn't really know how to eat that way, how to cook that way. Everything felt uncomfortable. I changed my whole lifestyle. Everything I knew about who I was, how I cooked, how I ate, changed. But nothing will change. If you want really big change, nothing's going to change unless you are willing, at least willing to be uncomfortable. All right? This truly is such an amazing tool for you. And it is a tool, and it's a practice, and it's a habit to start creating. Okay? It's the same thing if you want a deep, loving relationship. You've got to be willing to get uncomfortable. You've got to be vulnerable. You've got to try new things. You've got to speak up and be who you are, and not agree with people if you don't agree with them, but agree with them if you do agree with them. But don't try and find people all the time that just make you feel comfortable, because you won't grow. You won't grow as a person if you do that, if you stay very stagnant and stuck in your ways. And that goes for money and business too. Okay, if you've been doing things a certain way over and over and over again, maybe you need to look at, maybe I need to push myself a little bit out of my comfort zone, be a little bit uncomfortable, and create new habits, new beliefs, new thoughts, new actions. Yeah? Absolutely. So really sit with this one today. Okay? Hey Chase. And sit with this one today and really think about and look at those ways in which you're holding yourself back, trying to be comfortable all the time, instead of being willing. It's not like you're actively looking to be uncomfortable. You're just willing. You're going, I know there's times I'm going to be uncomfortable. I'm going to be having uncomfortable conversations, changing habits, which is going to be uncomfortable, right? And I'm willing to do it. Okay? As I said, I'm uncomfortable most days of my life. In my business, I don't always know what I'm doing. I don't always say the right things, but I'm willing to just keep moving forward, connecting to my intuition and my truth, and speaking up, showing up, and doing the things that are in alignment with me. Yeah? Yes. Fantastic. I'm glad that is resonating with you all. And it's a really great way for you to help you reach your success and to have the outcomes that you want. Okay? So really start looking at that. Ways you can at least be willing to get uncomfortable. Don't hold back anymore. That's the last thing this planet needs, are more people that are not following their truth and their soul and being who they really are on this planet, and willing to get vulnerable and uncomfortable for growth. Okay? Thank you so much for joining me. It's always a pleasure. to have a little chat with you all, and I am sure I'll talk to you again really soon. Much love. Mwah. Bye.